goodness, you startled me. It's all right. I was just reading one of my favorite stories. Would you like to come and read it with me? Well, sure. Come on over. This story is called The Boy Who Played Video Games. Once upon a time, there was a boy named James, and James loved to play video games. He loved to play video games so much because he played the two single greatest video games ever made. The first one was called Metroid Fusion, made by Nintendo. It was about a space bounty hunter lady named Samus who was trying to fight her way off of a space station full of germ zombies. The second video game was called All the Many Different Castlevania Games Released on Portable Systems by Konami. It was about vampire hunters fighting Dracula and all other sorts of monsters from myth, legend, and folklore. But sadly, Konami stopped making Castlevania games because they were taken over by greedy slime monsters and became more interested in making pachinko machines and workout centers. And sadly, Nintendo stopped making Metroid games because despite still being the greatest video game developers in the world, they sometimes forget that that the world outside of Japan exists and that Metroid games like sell better outside of Japan. So like, the point is, hey, has anyone seen my? Oh, crap! Glasses. Crap. Hey man, how's it going? What are you doing? Oh, you know, just making an internet video for the internet. About? Well, it's about how like Konami and Nintendo don't make 2D Metroid and Castlevania games anymore, so, you know, I'm trying to like plunge through Steam and like find the stuff that like, you know, really scratch that itch in my heart, you know? That's why it's called the Metroidvania hole in my heart. Yeah. You do understand that there's a new 2D side-scrolling Metroid game coming out in like this Friday. Yeah, but it's like 2.5D and it's made by Mercury Steam, which I know Mirror of Fate was only terrible because they clearly had like no time to make it. And I shouldn't hold that against them. I should give them a chance, but look, man, just let me do my thing, all right? Okay, just... Don't take my glasses. Okay. You're right. Sorry. I crossed a line. Won't happen again. So, for our first game, we have...
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Alright, look, here's the deal. From the very first nanosecond that I tilted the analog stick to move, I knew that I was in for a good time because the controls are exact and simple. And that's very good because the game throws you into the action almost immediately. It's okay if you've never played a Shantae game before because I hadn't, and the game brings you up to speed very quickly. You're Shantae, you're half genie, but you've lost all your powers, and your town is under attack. But it's okay because you are
the cutest thing in the universe.
Now go kick their asses with your magic hair. So yeah, it turns out there's this old evil pirate god who's about to be resurrected, and Shantae has to team up with her old nemesis, Risky Boots the Pirate Queen, to save the world. This is where the format of the game reveals itself to be more of a Metroid game with a Zelda twist. You have to go to a series of islands, each of which is a miniature open world that's full of little secrets that you can come back and find with items you gain from later levels. On each of these islands is a hidden Zelda-like temple where you acquire said items that add to your mobility, combat, puzzle solving, or all three. You solve puzzles with that item, and then you beat a boss with it. Then you get a map, and you go to the next island. It's a familiar but rock-solid foundation that allowed the designers to put a lot of care and detail into each zone, so that you never know what to expect. No, really, you're not going to guess. This game actually gets pretty weird. But it works, because as I was saying before, the basic gameplay of running, jumping, and hair whipping just feels so good. It's not just the responsiveness, it's the way the hat gets so big, you just inherently understand it's gonna float down like a hot air balloon. The way Shantae's face bursts with anger when she activates the super speed and charges with the sword. It gives you no doubt that you are completely unstoppable. Heck, just the way the basic run animation gives you such a sense of forward momentum that somehow almost is always in sync with the background music. It just makes me want to dance! Woo! Man, it's the way that if you let her animation stand for a few seconds, Shantae will do this thing where she adjusts her hair and then exuberantly puffs it out. The way when she's at full health, her idle animation will change to this happy little dance. The way the game has side quests where you're trying to help a mini-boss from the previous game get through a midlife crisis. Shantae is bursting with cheer and optimism at almost every moment, and every little piece of animation or sound or dialogue is saturated with that personality. The result is that Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is just fun to play. It makes me smile. Something that I feel like I've been lacking the past year or so, being so focused on competitive multiplayer games like Overwatch, Smite, Battlegrounds, or even something simple and still single player but huge and epic like Breath of the Wild. Those games are amazing, and I'm going to keep playing them, but these days, with every other game being co-op or team-based or competitive, or having massive open worlds, I think it's really important that we take the time to play these smaller, simpler games that just make us feel happy.
So, yeah, that was it. What do you think? Not bad. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. Try to make each episode fun and engaging and interesting, and obviously find lots of good games. But yeah. What are you playing, by the way? Oh, playing the new Metroid game. Traitor.